Wonderful people. I am live, it says. Okay, we are fucking cooking again. Yeah, man. I won't be as long as I was last night, but yeah, man. Good news. My mind has been expanded. That's the good news. Okay, uh, if you look at the title, so I've been reading some of my research from last night. I don't know if you caught much of it, but basically, I'll just abbreviate right now for you why I put this title. Because um, if our realm isn't quite completely as solid as we think, um, my idea studying simulations and studying what's called malography and holography, um, I would think that if we could get high enough that, and we had the right spectrum that we were looking through and into, we just might be seeing other people's ponds and not realizing it. Because listen to this, if you're on the ground and you have a nice view of the horizon, let's just say we're on the beach to make so many things less complicated. Okay, and all the time in every location, you can't see every planet, right? We only see sometimes Mercury and Venus transit in front of our sun, or the light projected from our sun, let's say, right? And then once again, when our um, when our sun's path through the tropics, our tropics in this pond, this local pond, once it comes back closer to you or further away from you, at that point in your normal localized area, wherever you live, you're not always going to see, you're going to only see, right, these heavenly bodies, these, how do you call them? Wandering stars. You're only going to see them every once in a while. Now, it would only make sense if they were in a separate pond and they also had tropics, right? Because usually we see these things low when we're on the ground. We see it low on the horizon or at a certain degree above, right? Above the horizon. Now, if we go up in elevation, it wouldn't matter what season or whatever. If we just were in our local area and we went straight up, right, into the sky, we would then bring back into view those heavenly bodies or wandering stars. So I'm thinking about digitization of light and in certain spectrums. And I'm wondering how someone would get access to these high altitude platforms that I've been studying. Like, do we have to become a fucking pilot or an astronaut, right? Uh, or or can we outsmart the system? Like, let's start going on fucking like balloon hot air balloons instead of, you know what I mean? Like, instead of sending a camera up, we should be periodically, just as a group, whoever lives in separate areas of this pond we live around and in, take balloon rides like at the same times every year over, like, let's say a 2 year period or something, and see what we can see with different spectrum types of camera setups, like the guys I've been telling you about. and the work they do, we can learn from them of taking the chips out, switching out the different types of lenses, different millimeter openings for certain ISOs, and just really try to see what we can see from this pond just in from different locations, you know? And we could answer a lot more questions that way, just going straight up in elevation around the extremities, which aka the southern hemisphere, the bottom of Africa, Australia, the bottom of South America, and vice versa in the north, and just raise money to do it that way and see what the fuck we can see instead of just sending something up and let it be all wobbly. Um, yeah. So think about that and let me know what you think. And also, I did a lot more research on plasma simulations and what it takes to map the cellular, cellular makeup of what you're mapping with uh, molographic technology. And I'm saying molographic, yes, not holography, but molography. Um, so they're not holograms, they're molograms, which molograms and molography and how to map cellular holography basically is really interesting, if I could say the least. So I've been learning a lot from that. But yeah, it's just my recommendation. Trying to get as high an altitude as possible in the um, southern hemisphere periodically throughout different seasons of the years. Maybe just do like a 2-year kind of project and see who lives where, man, and just kind of spread the word and see what we can see looking south from high altitudes. These high altitude platforms, for one, I guess, are special access kind of projects that just regular Joe, me and you, wouldn't have access to. So we need to find out. Well, I'll find out more about what it takes to access these high altitude platforms, because I know they're using them for modern day simulation training, what they would call the Space Force. So I know that much. But I'm going to do a little bit digging, like deeper into that, the most recent patents and stuff with that, and see what else they're doing with it in what other fields. So hopefully, yeah, man, hopefully that sparks some interest about, I just thought about that, looking over into other ponds from high altitude. And because I do believe those 1-inch stars are over in other spectrums, which let's say would be AKA holograms and different types of holography in these simulations. Um, yeah, man, yeah, it gets deep. But anyway, I'm a big nerd, and I'm gonna sign out for the night, man. Yeah, man, I wish nothing but the best for you guys, and God bless. And yeah, just let me know what you think. I just wanted to keep this short. So you have a good night. Later.